Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the LSU Tigers, taking on the number 4 seed in the playoff, the BYU Cougars. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? He'll hand it off. He shreds the tackle.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
So on the opening drive, it's now 3rd and 4. And he drops back in the gun. Defense is coming after him. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure works.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
And that sets up a return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Catch hauled in here over the middle. They bring him down at the 45, but a solid gain to keep this drive going.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
The back's got it. Tackle, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Breaking free at the 35. They make the stop, but not before he gains the first down. The screenplay works.
I love early in a game like this where you get the running back involved. You just get his hands on the football. Also, nice, easy screen. Gets the quarterback settled into the game. Nice, easy throw. And look at this. It ends up being a huge play.
BYU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. looking to throw it from the red zone. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
The Cougars looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff. And he's finally tackled down at the 2-yard line.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying for the touchdown, they'll test the left side. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Brigham Young.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back. But the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Kicking team after the PAT trial. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? He's going to hand this off. Breaking free at the 35. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. 1st down.
Chris, it feels good to see an LSU team be able to run the football when you know they're going to run. I mean, they've been doing that forever. All the way back to like Jacob Hester and Kevin Falk. His ability to run the ball and catch out of the backfield. Leonard Fournette. And, of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that great 2019 team. And now, LSU stable of backs again on this roster, too.
And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. They'll run it here. Looks like LSU has the 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
It's a run to the left. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. We've got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here's the 2nd down play. Looking to pass this time. The sure hands. It's Sampson. He'll earn the 1st down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
Boy, it's great to see this quarterback from LSU make that throw and put it right on the money to pick up that 1st down. And I think that's the big thing that LSU fans want to see is consistency from the quarterback position. There have been moments where you've seen that. There have been other moments where they've been asking for more out of their quarterback. So you had the Burrow moment in 2019 that was historic, one of the best we've ever seen in the sport. But now you want to see throws like this and be a great complement to that running game, and then you become a complete package and a real threat in the SEC.
It's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Chris,
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Makes a nice move there. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Chris, he broke free from the line of scrimmage. I thought he might have a 10 or 15-yard gain, but he shows you the speed that he has to take it all the way to the house.
And now the try here for the extra point. And it's good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Try to make a play from deep in his end zone. He's brought down just across the 25-yard line. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. First down, looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. Ball carrier brought down, but a flag's on the field. Let's check out this call. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Finds room at the 30. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, BYU.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
The extra point is good, so it's 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Returner decides to fair catch this. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Breaks loose at the 40. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back. Just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
And the ball will bounce out of bounds, so they avoid the turnover.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
Now it's second down here. Keeping it on the ground here. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
They're going to run it. And they're able to tackle the ball carrier there.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Handoff to the right side. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Here's the handoff. And it tests the middle and gets stuffed. That is just not open for business today.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fence, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
And now the handoff. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up, and Curtin's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up one inch.
And he knocks through the PAT. The PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. Now they get set to kick it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. Comes the BYU offense back out on the field. It didn't take long to reach the end zone last time. A perfectly blocked running play. Can they keep it going here? They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And the quarterback dropping back. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Looking to throw it on 1st down. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there, and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back. He's going to pull it down and run. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway.
Well, anytime the quarterback takes off and improvises, there's always the risk that the ball goes on the ground. He does a nice job of going off script, trying to create and make something, anything happen, but he doesn't take care of the ball, and the defense does a nice job of swatting the ball away.
Ball handed off. Powering through. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. Crucial 3rd down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Punt team ready to boot it away. He's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. See if he can make something happen with the return. Returner tackled right there. That's what will start the drive. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. A premium here on ball security. The last drive, of course, ended in a fumble. The pocket breaking down. Using his legs here. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Love the aggressive mindset from the play caller here on 1st down. Take a shot downfield. The only thing is, they're all covered. Nobody's open. He gets flushed out of the pocket, decides to run towards the boundary and gets out of bounds, and a good gain and a 1st down.
1st down and 10. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, going to heave it downfield. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on 1st down.
that's going to go down as an incompletion, obviously, but I like that the quarterback showed his ability to escape, broke loose from the pocket, and put the ball on a string, but he just wasn't able to come up with that completion.
Incompletion makes it second down. From the shotgun, drops back. He's running out of time here. Looking to scramble now. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Tough spot. The offense has to convert a 3rd and long from the 30 to get this drive going. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. Now the offense faces 3rd and long from the 30. Can they convert and get a drive going? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Running out of time in the pocket. Plenty of time back there in the pocket. He's going to throw to the right.
The defense has got to do a better job of communicating. That is a wide open receiver. They catch a break by an errant throw by the quarterback. And the Cougars will send their punt team onto the field. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Can they catch him? And he's going to finally head out of bounds. But you talk about flipping the field and setting up his offense in tremendous field position. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? The pass rush closing in. And the junior able to get home with the sack. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And this one is right through. And that field goal, the final play of this opening half. Miller going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. They'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. They finally get him, but that's a great return. The last line of coverage guys just able to corral him, but a great spot to start this drive. offense back out on the field. Quarterback making some changes at the line. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And a senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, LSU for years has played a one-gap defense that loves to pin their ears and get upfield. It's a risky defense, and it requires great athleticism on the defensive line, something that they've had forever. Great sack here to keep that tradition alive. But you think back over the years, Booger McFarland and Marcus Spears and Glenn Dorsey and off the edge, Kiki Mingo. Just so many great LSU defensive linemen that can get after that quarterback.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Bringing pressure. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Look at the protection there. Lots of time. Delivers over the middle now. Tackled, but 1st down. And the Cougars will crank up the tempo.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Pressure is coming. And all day to throw, but eventually they swallow him up, a sack.
Chris, what a shot, right? Come to an LSU game and you see a defensive lineman overwhelm an offensive lineman and come up with a big sack. When's the last time you didn't see LSU have defensive linemen who can make life difficult for quarterbacks and offensive linemen? Because I can't. They always have big boys who are athletic to make life difficult in that backfield.
From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the 1st down. No huddle here for the offense. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a 1st down.
This BYU offense is quickly moving down the field. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Looking for 6. Touchdown, Brigham Young. They'll take the lead in the 2nd half.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the extra point is good. Makes it a 21-17 game. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. Breaking free at the 35. An explosive play moves the ball across midfield to spot it at the 38.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. And the single back takes the handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Important 2nd down play coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking for the wideout. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Oh, but he can't quite hold on. A great chance for their first interception here today. But it's going to bring up fourth down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth down coming up.
The offense is out there to go for it on fourth down and 14. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this fourth down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And he lofts one deep over the middle. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. And the ball is hauled in. Brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down. That's good execution on the pitch and catch to pick up the first down there. Nice conversion.
A really nice conversion here. To me, the route is what separated this play. And the fact that he's able to get to this point downfield, and by the time he turned around, that ball is on him. So nice route and nice hands there to be able to pick up the first down.
Receiver makes the grab. And they get him down after the completion.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
Offense getting set, 2nd down play here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not a great return, but the interception wipes out the scoring threat and gives the offense the ball at the 32.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Last time out there, they got stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. Let's see what the mindset is here. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's a quick grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense moving closer to the line to gain after that catch. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Grab down the middle. It's Sampson. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They're going to run it here. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, of this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving this running back to football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
Second down after that run on the previous play. A pre-snap motion from the offense. Handoff in a single back formation. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle is made, but it's a big gain. They'll move the ball to the 25-yard line. Well, finally some room to run for this back. The defense had done a good job for containing him until that play.
Well, they've done a really good job up to this point, Chris, of containing him. He finally does get out, but I think it's an example of why you don't give up on the running game. Even when you're not necessarily coming up with big carries, you're just kind of body blowing this defense, and eventually, bang, you're able to hit a big one here when it really matters. Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Second down play coming up. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Now it's third and short in the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. Caught over the middle. It's Sampson. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And now a chance to take the lead with a touchdown here. It's first and goal. Running a quarterback sneak here. Touchdown, Tigers. They jump in front here in the fourth. Now the important PAT to make it a 3-point lead. And the kick is good. A 3-point game now in the fourth quarter. It's all up to the defense. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. He's looking deep here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Steps out of bounds after an enormous gain, but there is a penalty marker on the field. This one may be coming back. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. From the gun, he looks for an open man. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Touchdown, BYU. And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is why they love this guy so much, is when it's crunch time, he makes plays like this. What I love is the quarterback knows all I got to do is get the ball in his hands, and he can do the rest of the work and get it all the way to the end zone. Great play.
Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. BYU has now moved into the red zone. And looking to throw now on first down. And now another deep ball here. Deep ball caught inside the 10. Forced out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal.
That's exactly what they needed here. Just a humongous play late in the football game. And this play right here could put them in a position to get the go-ahead score.
First down here. The offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And that's just thrown away. A pretty obvious intentional grounding call. Yeah, here's the marker. Coming up, second down and goal. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And someone on the line there moved a bit early. Offense gets a 5-yard penalty. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Second down and goal upcoming. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quarterback looking to scramble.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
And they cut into this lead now on third and goal. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And he wisely decides to just throw the ball away there on third down. Brings up fourth.
Chris, the quarterback just misses his target here on third down and long, but at least he avoids taking the sack. Still a chance here at this range on fourth down with a 3-point lead. Kick the field goal and add to this lead.
And it's good right down the middle. The ball game is tied heading down the home stretch.
And I tell you, life of a kicker. This guy's not been called on the entire game. Probably cold as ice on the sideline. But when it matters, he's hot as a stove when his number's called.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Receiver in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. And here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice game out of it.
Looking to pass here on second down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Tough to show, but a sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down himself.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in the fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space and lanes. And he takes off and picks up a first down.
Looks to the left, and it's complete. Tackle made after a big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
LSU getting set for the 1st and 10 now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. To claim the lead here in the final minute.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback with the game on the line. He finds the matchup with his go-to receiver, makes a perfect throw here to the receiver, and they scored late to take the lead.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. So after the late score, they'll kick it off and hope the defense can hold up to preserve this lead. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Here we go. They need a touchdown. They got some time to work with here. They got to be precise and manage the clock wisely. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. And that one's picked off. What a play. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
The offensive coordinator begins this drive with excellent field position. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. The offense will begin now with excellent field position. Send the back in motion. Fighting off the defender. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Takes the handoff and he'll head left. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Handoff running right. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's fourth down. And the defense stops the clock with a timeout. 29 seconds left. So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. And they add to their lead.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
After extending the lead with a field goal, they'll kick it off now, trying to make the offense go a long way to win it. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. The pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on. The Cougars come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. They look to throw it here on second down. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. Catch made way downfield. That's going to help the Staffs a little bit, but won't make a difference in the outcome. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. Pass falls incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The offense with 5 receivers now, empty backfield. And throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's moving out of the pocket. Wow, back-to-back deep shots. Throws it too far over everyone's head and incomplete.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Defense is coming after him. And that's it. The game will end on one last incompletion. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up.